Dave, first just with we got Mookie stepping in at shortstop again today. Miguel Rojas is activated off the IL. Just kind of what went into the decision to not have Miguel back out there today, but to continue with Mookie at short.
I think he's played a lot lately. Played yesterday, DH. I just felt that with Taiwan Walker to make sure we get those left-handed bats in there. This gave us the best opportunity. Miguel will be in there tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
How do you see just his playing times kind of split up amongst Mookie, Rojas, as well as Chris Taylor at shortstop?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how it plays out. I think that Mookie is certainly gaining my trust. He enjoys it. He's good at it. Obviously, I don't think there's. I think Miguel Rojas is as good of a defender as anyone at that position, and I trust CT. He's played great at short. So, things always seem to change, but I think that just having the option each night to figure out who mans that position is a start. But I just can't really say right now how that's going to work.
Would it be a load management situation for Rojas, obviously, but also Mookie?
Yeah, I think as far as Mookie, I think that him getting him on the dirt, I think manages his load as a guy that we expect to be out there essentially every day. As far as Miguel Rojas, I think that he wants to be out there as much as possible, but I do think that managing his load is really important as far as the long game for this season.
Are you going to try to get at bats kind of evenly distributed as much as you can, or are you at the point where you can start looking at guys who are playing better or not and distribute things that way?
I would say evenly. I think that I do believe that Rojas is going to swing the bat much better, but the value that he brings certainly is really the plus defense at shortstop. Again, I think it's more of a pitcher, our guy throwing, the guy that we're facing that night, day, night. There's a lot of variables that I think that it leaves it open, which I think is helpful for me, maybe not you guys, but I'm just consistently trying to stay in contact with the players to keep them kind of abreast of my thoughts.
Before Lux went down, you kind of mentioned Rojas maybe moving around a couple different positions. Could that be an option, or is the lower leg stuff kind of limit that?
Yeah, I think that just kind of how the roster is right now, I don't see him playing anywhere else outside of shortstop.
You guys still don't have a starter on Wednesday?
We don't. I think right now Dustin is penciled in, but we don't right now. So, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Julio's going to go tomorrow, and then we'll see what we do for Wednesday. We haven't made that decision.
Is there a chance to tweak the rotation for this weekend in San Diego?
There is.
Is that part of the decision-making process for Wednesday?
I think that just kind of the net of giving guys an extra day, kind of how we want to align the rotation, all plays a part.
Other than just the volume of games you guys have on the calendar coming up, why now? To give your starting rotation that extra day?
I think it's just kind of talking to the player performance staff, the training staff, the pitching staff, what makes the most sense short term and longer term. And it's something that we thought about very carefully, and if we decide to do it, it's because we talked to a lot of people and it made the most sense.
Is that even more important with Dustin? I mean, he's obviously coming off Tommy John and then do a career high last time out. Is that part of it?
There is some part of that, and I think that we all get sort of mired in each start, but I think for us, we have a lot of people that kind of forecast usage, and we still got to be mindful of what Dustin's been through in the last calendar year and a half. So we've pushed him a lot at this point, but if we can at certain times give him an extra day or two, we feel that can only prove beneficial.
He is penciled in for Wednesday, or is it still kind of waiting?
He's penciled in for Wednesday.
Very penciled.
Say it's not set in stone.
It's Good one, Eric.
That was a good one.
Well done. Well played.
Is there any update on JD Martinez?
JD is recovering well. I don't see him available in that San Diego series. So I think the earliest he would potentially even have a conversation to be available is in Milwaukee.
Would he need a rehab?
With a guy like JD and how long he's been around, I'm still trying to learn him, and so that's certainly a conversation we'd have with him.
Do you think you had any luck in convincing Harper not to play this series?
No, I tried. I think that we'll see Bryce in the DH spot tomorrow.
How surprised are you how quickly he came back?
He's an incredible athlete. There's just a few guys on the planet that in different sports that can kind of overcome this at that pace. It's incredible. But it's not surprising given the player.
We were talking to Trey just now, and I tossed him this question. I'll ask it to you. What was your favorite memory of him as a Dodger?
I don't know my favorite. I would have to kind of go back. But he had a lot of big hits for us, a lot of homers. I just adore that guy. I like the way he just likes to play. He's dependable. He posts, and I'm happy I had a chance to coach him.
He seemed a little bit upset that he was tied with Freddie for steals, so he might be going on you this week.
Given the track record of other teams, that wouldn't be a surprise.
How big of a loss was he, and kind of how does it get any? You guys have had a lot of good players, leaving free agency. Is it any easier to adjust when guys at that kind of talent level leave? Kind of what has the void been like without him?
It's been a void, obviously, clearly with how we're kind of shuffling the shortstop position, but our expectation was to have Gavin take down shortstop, and that just didn't happen, unfortunately. Players get to a point of free agency to earn as much as they can, and he maximized, and wish him well.
How much has since you got here, it's been pretty stable at shortstop with Corey, Manny, and then obviously Trey. How much of an adjustment has that been for you as a manager? Obviously, you guys had plans with Lux, but it hasn't quite worked out that way.
It's been an adjustment. I think that there's no one way to kind of manage a roster, but typically the shortstop position is pretty consistent, and you sometimes concede the bat for the consistent defense. We just haven't had that luxury this year. But the main thing is that whether it's Chris or it's Miguel or it's Mookie, they're all into playing the position and helping us on a given day. And so for me, that's really powerful. But whether it's not ideal, whether it's good or bad, I think time will tell.